Welcome back to our channel, soap fans. Today is a truly spectacular day to dive into the most explosive, heart-stopping drama currently rocking your screens. We have an exclusive, jaw-dropping breakdown of the upcoming twists that will leave you absolutely breathless and begging for more. Grab your favorite drink, settle in, and let's get right into the heart-pounding action. Carly Spencer has just made a deal with the devil, and it is going to set Port Charles on fire. The WSB leader, known only as Z, has officially laid his cards on the table, and the stakes have never been higher. Forget everything you thought you knew about Carly's loyalty to Valentin Cassadine, or her lingering complicated ties to Sonny Corinthos. Z has just delivered an offer that Carly absolutely cannot refuse, an offer that guarantees the absolute, ironclad safety of her daughter, Jocelyn Jax, in the lethal, high-stakes world of international espionage. But this unprecedented protection comes with a staggering, deeply personal price tag that will irrevocably change the landscape of the entire show. A betrayal so monumental it will shake the foundation of every major family in town. Jocelyn is currently entangled in the absolute deadliest missions the WSB has to offer, and Carly's maternal panic has reached a fever pitch. Enter Z, the enigmatic, supremely powerful head of the Global Intelligence Agency. He knows exactly what Carly's ultimate weak point is, and he is exploiting it with terrifying, surgical precision. Z approaches Carly with a rock-solid guarantee. He will personally ensure Jocelyn's absolute safety on every single dangerous mission she undertakes. No more close calls. No more near-death experiences on Spoon Island. Jocelyn will be shielded by the highest authority in the global intelligence community. But Z is not a man who gives away favors for free. His condition is as shocking as it is brilliant. He demands that Carly remain permanently by his side, serving exclusively as his close personal advisor. At first glance, this is the ultimate, heartbreaking maternal sacrifice. Carly Spencer, a fiercely independent woman who bows to absolutely no one, agreeing to become a subordinate advisor to a global spy master just to keep her daughter breathing. She steps into this arrangement viewing it as a necessary evil, a brilliant tactical maneuver to outsmart the lethal dangers surrounding Jocelyn. Carly convinces herself that she is simply playing the game, using her legendary Spencer grit and survival instincts to navigate Z's treacherous, shadowy waters. She approaches their initial meetings with her guard completely up, ready to battle Z at every turn and maintain her fierce independence. However, the reality of working alongside a man of Z's staggering intellect and undeniable magnetism quickly begins to shatter her defensive walls into a million pieces. What begins as strictly professional, high-tension business meetings rapidly morphs into something far more intoxicating and dangerous. The sterile, highly secure WSB briefing rooms are swiftly replaced by dimly lit, ultra-exclusive private dinners at the most luxurious locations imaginable. Z does not just want Carly's strategic advice, he wants her undivided attention, her sharp mind, and her undeniable fiery passion. Over glasses of the world's most expensive wine and plates of decadent, world-class cuisine, the dynamic between them undergoes a seismic, unstoppable shift. The conversations pivot away from Jocelyn's operational safety and delve into deep, probing discussions about power, loyalty, and undeniable desire. Z's intelligence is razor-sharp, his decisiveness is absolute, and his ability to command a room is something Carly finds irresistibly attractive. Z is a master manipulator, but his flirtation with Carly is not just a strategic game, it is a highly calculated, overwhelming seduction that leaves her completely breathless. He drops suggestive, heavily loaded comments that challenge her intellect and ignite her deepest passions. He looks at her not just as a desperate mother trying to save her child, but as a fiercely intelligent, breathtakingly beautiful woman who belongs at the absolute pinnacle of global power. Every lingering glance, every accidental brush of their hands across the dinner table sends electric, paralyzing shockwaves through Carly's entire system. Z's raw, unfiltered confidence is a potent, highly addictive drug, and Carly is rapidly becoming hooked on the rush of being the sole focus of the most dangerous man on the planet. Carly's internal monologue is spiraling into a beautiful, terrifying chaos as she wrestles with her own shocking desires. She is forced to confront a monumental question that threatens to unravel her entire identity and everything she stands for. Is she still doing this just to protect Jocelyn, or has she actually fallen desperately, helplessly, in love with this enigmatic underworld titan? The lines between maternal sacrifice and blinding romantic desire have been completely, irrevocably obliterated. Carly finds herself eagerly anticipating their private dinners, meticulously choosing her outfits to capture his intense gaze and replaying his smooth, flirtatious words in her mind long after the night has ended. She is no longer just enduring Z's company. She is fiercely, undeniably craving it with every fiber of her being. The most shocking casualty of this intoxicating new romance is Valentine Cassadine. For months, Carly risked absolutely everything to hide Valentine in her attic, defying the formidable WSB, lying to her entire family, and putting her own freedom on the line. They shared passionate kisses and whispered promises of a future together. But in the overwhelming, blinding light of Z's dominant presence, Valentine is rapidly fading into total, heartbreaking obscurity. Carly's mind is entirely consumed by Z. The danger, the thrill, and the sheer magnitude of Z's power make Valentine's Cassadine resources look like absolute child's play. Carly completely forgets about Valentine, her heart and mind solely focused on unlocking the deeply complex, heavily guarded inner world of the WSB director. She wants to know the man behind the global empire, and she is willing to risk everything to get there. Carly's desire to explore Z's psychological depths becomes an all-consuming, fiery obsession that she cannot control. She realizes that beneath his cold, calculating exterior lies a man of immense complexity, a man who carries the crushing weight of the world on his shoulders. She wants to be the one woman who truly understands him, the one confidant he can completely, unconditionally trust with his darkest secrets. Their private dates become intense, emotionally charged explorations of each other's souls, peeling back layers of trauma and ambition. Carly is mesmerized by his vulnerability, however brief it may be, and she is fiercely determined to pull back every single layer of his formidable defenses. The sheer emotional intimacy they are building is far more dangerous than any physical affair, and it is locking Carly into a bond that she will never be able to break. Meanwhile, the fallout in Port Charles is absolutely nuclear, and the tension is reaching a terrifying boiling point. Sonny Corinthos and Valentine Cassadine are watching this unfold with a level of fury that threatens to burn the entire city to the ground. Sonny, the legendary mob boss who has always believed he holds the ultimate, unbreakable claim over Carly's heart, is vibrating with territorial, explosive rage. He has fought off rival mobs, ruthless billionaires, and dangerous psychopaths, but he has never faced an adversary quite like Z. Sonny's power in Port Charles is absolute, but on a global scale, compared to the leader of the WSB, he is entirely, humiliatingly outmatched. The realization that Carly is willingly slipping into the arms of a man he cannot intimidate or destroy is driving Sonny to the brink of total madness. Valentine is experiencing a heartbreak so profound and devastating, it is rapidly turning into a lethal, icy rage. He sacrificed his safety, went on the run, and trusted Carly with his very life, believing they were building a genuine partnership. To see her completely mesmerized by the man who sits at the top of the organization that hunted him is the ultimate, unforgivable betrayal. Valentine is a man who prides himself on his cunning and his ability to outmaneuver his enemies, but he is completely paralyzed by this shocking development. He knows that making a move against Z would not only be professional suicide, but it would also instantly endanger Carly and his daughter Charlotte. Valentine is trapped in a suffocating nightmare of his own making, forced to watch the woman he loves fall under the spell of a global titan. The sheer magnitude of Z's absolute power is the ultimate trump card in this explosive, high-stakes love triangle. Sonny and Valentine, two ruthless men who are used to solving their problems with bullets, blackmail, and sheer intimidation, are rendered entirely, embarrassingly, impotent. Z commands an army of highly trained, lethal operatives across the globe. He has the terrifying power to erase identities, topple governments, and make anyone disappear without a single trace. If Sonny or Valentine dare to cross him, Z could wipe them off the map with a single, effortless phone call. This terrifying reality forces Port Charles's most dangerous men to stand down, their hands completely tied, as they watch Z claim the ultimate, highly coveted prize, Carly Spencer. Z knows exactly how much power he wields, and he is not afraid to flaunt it in the most devastating ways possible. He parades Carly around in front of her former lovers with a quiet, terrifying arrogance that sends chills down their spines. He doesn't need to issue verbal threats. His very presence is a lethal warning that simply cannot be ignored. When Z looks at Sonny or Valentine, he sees nothing more than minor, insignificant local nuisances. He has already won the war without firing a single shot, using his towering intellect, his undeniable charm, and his unimaginable resources to completely capture Carly's heart. The psychological warfare Z is waging against Sonny and Valentin is a masterclass in absolute dominance, proving once and for all that true, terrifying power does not need to shout. Carly's stunning transformation under Z's influence is nothing short of spectacular, and it is sending shockwaves through her entire family. She is no longer just the fiery, impulsive owner of Bobby's, or the fiercely protective mother of the Corinthos clan. By standing firmly at Z's side, she is evolving into a formidable woman of global significance. She is quickly learning the intricate, deadly dance of international espionage, absorbing Z's strategic brilliance and applying it to her own chaotic life. The raw power she feels when she is with him is intoxicating, elevating her to a level of influence and control she never dreamed possible. Carly is boldly stepping into a brand new era, leaving the petty mob wars of Port Charles behind to embrace a thrilling destiny that spans the entire globe. Even Jocelyn remains blissfully, dangerously unaware of the massive, world-altering deal her mother has struck to ensure her survival. Jocelyn believes she is surviving these lethal WSB missions through her own grit and training, completely oblivious to the fact that Carly has essentially sold her soul to the devil to rig the game in her favor. The explosive secret of Carly's arrangement is a ticking time bomb just waiting to detonate. If Jocelyn ever discovers that her mother sacrificed her own independence and is now falling in love with the puppet master pulling the strings, the fallout will be absolutely catastrophic. The betrayal Jocelyn will feel could shatter their mother-daughter bond forever, adding another layer of agonizing tension to Carly's dangerous new romance. The sheer desperation of the situation is forcing Sonny and Valentin into an unimaginable, highly volatile corner. These two men, who have spent years as bitter rivals, are now faced with a common enemy so vastly superior that it defies comprehension. Whispers are already circulating through the criminal underworld that Sonny and Valentin might be forced to forge an unholy, unprecedented alliance just to stand a chance against Z's global machine. But even combined, their resources are a mere drop in the ocean compared to the full, devastating might of the WSB. Any attempt to strike at Z would have to be flawlessly executed, because if they miss, Z will not hesitate to unleash the full fury of his agency upon them, effectively wiping the Corinthos and Cassadine empires from the face of the earth. The clock is ticking, and the pressure is mounting to a fever pitch. The tension is building toward an inevitable, catastrophic climax that will leave viewers on the edge of their seats. How long can Carly balance on this razor-thin, deadly wire between maternal sacrifice and all-consuming romantic passion? Will her fierce devotion to Jocelyn ultimately be overshadowed by her intense, undeniable addiction to Z? The stakes are astronomical, and the emotional fallout will leave a trail of absolute devastation in its wake. Sonny and Valentin may be powerless right now, but desperate, heartbroken men are the most dangerous men of all. As Carly dives deeper into Z's dark, thrilling world, she is setting the perfect stage for a bloody showdown that will shatter alliances, break hearts, and redefine the very meaning of power in Port Charles. Is Carly walking into the greatest, most passionate love story of her entire life? Or is she stepping blindly into a beautifully gilded cage crafted by the most dangerous man on earth? What happens when Jocelyn discovers the true, shocking nature of her mother's arrangement and the price paid for her safety? Will Sonny and Valentin form an unholy, desperate alliance to take down the global titan, or will Z crush them both before they even make a single move? The drama is exploding, the battle lines are drawn, and the ultimate war for Carly's soul has officially begun. Who will survive this monumental clash of titans, and who will be left in the ashes? Let us know your boldest predictions in the comments below.